Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and for today's video I'm so excited because I'm gonna try Rare Beauty launch. So as you all know, and if you've been on Instagram or YouTube, you know that Selena Gomez came out with her line. It's called Rare Beauty, and I actually bought a bunch of their products, a bunch of their Complexion products, since I'm more of the kind of like foundation, blush, and all that stuff. Like I'm more on that side rather than powders or like primers. So I kind of went on that way, and I'm super excited to try all of this. I've been taking pictures, I've been trying to like test this for the first time with you guys. So if you wanna try with me all of these Complexion products by Rare Beauty, then just keep watching. Okay guys, so I'm gonna go right there into the foundation. So this is the Rare Beauty Liquid Touch Weightless Foundation. This is a foundation elixir that feels barely there while building coverage and boosting your natural glow. So it's kind of like a more on the glowy side foundation, which got me super excited. So behind the brand and whatnot, what they wanted to do was kind of like go on the more natural side while being able to build the coverage of the foundation, but feeling, you know, weightless and feel like you have nothing on your skin. And yeah, I'm just like really excited. It's all about like enhancing your beauty, so I really like that. I'm just gonna try this. I got it in the shade 250W, by the way, so it's a liquid foundation, so I'm just gonna dab this all over my face and kind of like go from there. Okay, so this is a weird experience for me. I did use the Hourglass Veil primer. I thought that it would be kind of like a good trusted primer to go for behind this foundation. However, this is not looking fine, as you can see. So I'm just gonna try to dab this in with another brush. Usually, since this is so liquidy, I thought that it would go well with my brushes that I use for like more lighter foundations, but it's not. So I'm just gonna try to blend everything in and make it sink in with this brush. I don't feel like it's as weightless as promoted, let's call it. I'm not mad at it. I think this is more for like when you want to go out and you want to like look more put together. Definitely looking better as I'm using this brush rather than my other brushes, so keep that in mind. You have to know what kind of brush you're using it with. I definitely prepared like a more dense brush rather than a lighter one, I'd say. Okay, so now after doing this, it is looking way more synced in. This is definitely more fuller coverage. This is not what I'm used to. This is why I'm like kind of like so surprised. That's what I would say, kind of shocked. I thought this would be kind of like a lighter coverage and you can build it up, but it's right off the bat, I'd say it's a medium coverage. Matches me nicely. But wow, I'm just surprised by how much coverage this has. And honestly, now that I use the right brush for it, it did take away all of my pores and whatnot. I definitely have to test this a little bit more because I'm usually not the kind of person who uses very high coverage stuff, but it's covering my pores. It's looking really, really nicely. Now it's sinking into the skin the more, you know, the more I pat it in. But this is definitely looking good so far. I'll obviously give you a close-up once I'm done with everything, but so far, so good. I wanted to talk about something that I skipped with the foundation. I just want to talk about the packaging and how fancy looking it is. I just love how it looks. It's just so delicate. Like, I thought that it was kind of like a circle, but it's not. It's kind of like thin on the side, and it's just so very delicate. I love, you know, how it looks kind of diffused. I think the packaging made me want to buy it so bad just because it was so pretty. Like, honestly, A+++ on packaging. I love it, truly. It's really pretty. Okay, so this is the Liquid Touch Brightening Concealer, a moisturizing, buildable concealer that melts seamlessly into skin for undetectable cake-free coverage. So I'm gonna go actually light-handed and then I'm gonna go build it up since I wanna see how it looks. My under eyes and my eyes, they're dry, so let's see how this performs with very dry skin. I've read some reviews about this not being the best for very dark eyes, very dry, but I'm trying to keep a very open mind about how this might look and just, you know, forget all preconceived notions. Okay, so this is what my face looks like with foundation underneath my eyes. Honestly, that was a little bit, and I feel like it did do a decent coverage, and it's not sinking into my fine lines, which is something that I really appreciate. I don't know why this person said so. I mean, all skins are different, you know, you have to test it yourself at the end of the day, but I'm not disappointed at all. I mean, it didn't sink into my lines, it didn't dry them out. Like, if anything, I would cover up a little bit more here since we're kind of going more for the full coverage side. I'm gonna put a little bit here just to like balance everything out. And this is 250W as well, and it's just way lighter than my foundation, so be careful on that. I thought that they'd be the same shade, which is typically what I go for because I like my under eyes to look as natural as possible rather than, you know, 3 shades lighter. Still a good match. Like, it does brighten up my under eye. Like, if you can see, like, I don't know what this person said so, because this looks so good so far. Like, I love it. I truly love it. I feel like it covers everything well. It's not, you know, giving me, you know, honestly, I think I have to color correct here because this is just really, really dark, but it's not emphasizing any of my dry skin, which is typically what I go for. You know, I try to go for very lightweight, very glowy concealers because if it looks a little bit wet, I look more awake, and that's kind of like what I go for every single day. But this is looking good so far. I'm so not used to like high coverage foundations. I feel like I have a mask on. Not that it feels heavy, but I'm just not used to seeing myself like covered up with everything. But honestly, this foundation is looking nice. It definitely would be the kind of foundation that I would use to go out because one is, you know, more coverage for it, kind of like a really glam night out. And two, it truly does not look heavy. It does look like I have makeup on. You know, there are some foundations that kind of look like, you know, your skin, but way, way better. This is not the case. At least I don't feel so. I like it's settling here in my smile lines. Like, I could definitely see that here. And it does look like I have makeup. It definitely, I feel like you can tell from the viewfinder that I do have makeup on. But I do like it. I do like the fact that it blended out everything really well, and it's not really feeling heavy by any means. Okay, so I applied some bronzer. I used actually the Fenty cream bronzer since we're all going about creams, and I'm actually super excited for these blushes. They're so pretty. I got the Soft Tinge Dewy Liquid Blush in the shade Joy, which is this nice, bright, corally blush, and I love the fact that it's applicable with like a dome applicator. And then I got for matte, I got the Soft Tinge Blush Liquid Matte in the shade Love, which is kind of more of like a terracotta blush. I'm actually really excited about both of them, so I'm just gonna try each of them on each side of my face to kind of see how it looks. I'm gonna actually go ahead and go into the shade Love. I'm gonna put this on the back of my hand. I'm not gonna apply it directly because I feel like this is very pigmented, so I don't wanna ruin my face. I'm just gonna pick up a little, kind of blend it out in my hand. Okay, I really picked up nothing right there. Oh, wow, 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 wow. This is what I wanted to avoid. Okay, let's see how that blends out. This is a matte one, remember. This is a little intense, but it's okay. Wow, and there's still like, you know, a whole bunch of product. I just figured this would be, like, this is what would happen. A little goes such a long way with cream blushes generally for me. I'm kind of a light touch kind of gal, but this is working out fine. I actually really like the color. It's a little intense. I'm gonna blend that out with my brush later with that foundation brush just to kind of soften that a little bit. But it looks nice. It sits pretty well. It didn't ruin the coverage of the foundation. And I do like the color as well. I'm gonna actually apply a little bit more closer to the cheek. Actually looks really nice. I'm actually gonna blend out a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna take now, on the other hand, the Dewy one, which is the one in Joy, the corally one. I'm gonna take just a teeny tiny, since I'm seeing that this is very pigmented. I'm gonna actually go with my fingers rather than a brush and kind of tap that in. You know what I'm feeling? I'm feeling like this foundation just kind of stays on top of my skin rather than sinking in, which is, I feel, something that I'm not really a fan of, but I'm still gonna wait until I see everything put together. That actually blended out way nicer than the other one. And in regards to the glowiness, I honestly feel like they're very much the same. Like, they look very much the same on my face. I don't think one looks way glowier than the other. Maybe like a tiny bit dewier, but I don't feel like there's a major difference in how the blushes look. So I definitely wouldn't be afraid if, you know, you're not onto like dewy stuff. I just feel like they look natural, you know, not too dewy, not too matte. And I feel like the base will influence a lot on how that looks as well. Like if you go for a very much matter foundation, then that's what's gonna happen. I'm just gonna apply this a little bit more so that I can get a little more of that terracotta feel, and I'm gonna blend that out with my fingers. Okay, this is definitely like matter, a little harder to blend out, but not, you know, not something significant. I definitely like much more blending out the other one, but I feel like they both look really well, and I feel like blushes look the same on my skin. I'm gonna actually now go into the highlighter. I'm gonna try the Mesmerize Liquid Luminizer. So this was the one that caught my eye the most because it looked like truly natural, like a natural highlighter. It's just super metallic. It's very much on the pink side. I didn't think it would be so pinky, but I'm gonna try it either way. I'm just gonna blend that out like this rather than try to go with a brush or do anything. I'm just gonna blend that out here. It's super metallic, and I'm just gonna pat that on my face. Whoa, that's really intense. It's actually pretty natural once blended out. Okay, now that I'm looking into it, I feel like it blends out into nothing. I'm just gonna not blend too much of it. Yeah, that looks better. Yeah, that looks really nice. Very natural, very reflective, just the kind of highlighter that I like. It looks very metallic-y on the hand, but once applied, it's actually pretty, you know, pretty lightweight and pretty smooth. It's nothing like you would think just because of this. Okay, and wow, this has gone really, really fast. I've actually tried a lot of things. I'm gonna actually try the Rare Beauty Lip Souffle Matte Lip Cream. So it's in the shade Fearless, by the way. I'm not a fan of mattes, but I wanted to give this a try since the other lip option was a lip balm. I didn't feel like that was exciting at all. So since I'm very against matte and I'm very picky, I wanted to try this. So this is like a nice, you know, kind of fall mauve pink, and just the kind of thing that I'm going for right now. And it smells like nothing. And it's actually feeling pretty moist to be a matte. Okay, it has a faint smell, but it's actually really nice. Very soft to apply. But you know, just like any matte, it holds on to anything that's dry on your lips, just like it does right now. But other than that, it feels super, super soft. This looks and feel really, really nice. It's, you know, yeah, it's fully pigmented, it's soft. It feels like nothing on my lips, actually. Usually mattes feel very dry and, you know, kind of like I want to rip my lips off, but this feels really, really nice. And I'm actually kind of into it. I generally enjoyed the line overall. I really like the lips. They just feel really, really soft and really comfortable on the mouth. It's definitely something that I'm gonna wear more often. Like, I'm very surprised with this. I'm normally not attracted to anything matte, and I'm glad that I did take that risk because it feels very, very comfortable. It doesn't feel dry at all. And let me see. It's almost kiss-proof, almost, but not fully. I've played enough with the concealer to know that I love it. I do like the way my eyes are looking. It is actually, now that I'm looking into it, it is creasing a little bit on this side. Maybe this is the kind of concealer that you have to set. It's not the kind of concealer that you leave by itself. Now that I'm really looking into my under eyes, it is actually going into the fine lines, I'm not gonna lie. But it doesn't bother me that much. I feel like with a good powder, you're gonna get through that. I really like the way that it applies. I like how it actually is very weightless. It's very light on the skin, and I really, really do like that. So if you're into lightweight makeup and kind of like light to medium coverage, I feel like you're gonna like that a lot. I did like the blushes. It does dry. Like this side, the matte side dried completely. This one stayed a little bit more dewy. I do like both. Just the matte side was a little bit harder to blend out. That's how I felt. And when it comes to the highlighter, I really, really like it because it's very natural, very much the kind of highlighter that I would use. The only thing that I'm kind of on the fence is the foundation. I'm still gonna test it and try it a little bit more to see how I feel about it. But yeah, congratulations, Selena. It's really, really beautiful, everything that she created. And please do let me know if you've actually tried these products and what you think of them in the comment section. I'd love to know how everyone feels about the foundation because I don't feel like it was weightless at all, but I'd love to know your comments in general. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.